We will now begin the press conference by Foreign Minister Kamikawa. The floor is yours, Minister. I have one reporting item at the top. Today, the 10th of September, from 1400 hours for 30 minutes, I had a telephone call with the newly appointed Ukrainian Foreign Minister Sibiha. This call was done based upon the request from the Ukrainian side to have communications shortly after the appointment. And I'm most happy that I was able to have such communications with my new Ukrainian counterpart soon after his appointment. Previous Foreign Minister Kuleba and I have gone through various different experiences as my counterpart. For example, upon my visit to Kyiv in January of this year, with the attack by the Russian side, air raid warning was issued for Kyiv, so we suddenly had to change the venue of the joint press announcement to the basement shelter of the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry. Today, over the call, I asked Foreign Minister Sibiha to convey my deep gratitude to previous Foreign Minister Mr. Kuleba. I have met with Foreign Minister Sibiha when I visited Kyiv upon my courtesy call to President Zelensky. Over the call today, I congratulated him and expressed Japan's unwavering solidarity with Ukraine and conveyed to him that our policy to continue stringent sanctions against Russia and strong support to Ukraine remains unchanged. I also told Foreign Minister Sibiha that my heart aches with pain that intense attack by Russia continues still. And through this call, I was once again reminded that Japan stands with Ukraine. Foreign Minister Sibiha once again expressed his deep gratitude to Japan's strong support to Ukraine, thus done in such areas as humanitarian as well as recovery and reconstruction areas. We will continue to take responses standing with the people of Ukraine to stop the aggression by Russia, to realize just and lasting peace in Ukraine at the earliest possible timing, and to relieve the people of Ukraine from the pain from the aggression. Thank you.
And those of you with questions, please raise your hand. If you are appointed, go to the microphone, state your name and affiliation, and ask your question. Kyoto Tsushin, Nishiyama-san, please. Nishiyama from Kyoto Tsushin. I would like to ask about the U.S. military incident in Okinawa. So in June, there was sexual assault on the women in their 20s, and one of the Coast Guard members was apprehended. So concerning the information sharing, this new mechanism has started. I would like to ask about the evaluation there, and concerning the forum that is going to be established, can you please update us on the current situation? Now, concerning the incident that you just asked about, we understand that this is currently under investigation by the investigation authorities, and based on that, as we have been explaining, now this time it was a sex crime by a U.S. military member, and in such cases, if there is no actively information provision by the investigative authorities, after the proceedings have been completed by the investigative authorities, as much as possible, the information will be provided to Okinawa. So that kind of system has just started. And concerning your question, based on the result of the investigation by the investigative authorities, as well as the result of these investigations, we will take appropriate measures. And concerning the new forum that you have just asked about, we would like to make this into a forum whereby concrete cooperation can be generated for both U.S. and Japan, as well as for the interest of the local region as well. So currently, we are under coordination with the United States as well as local region. In the how this will be conducted is currently under coordination, but we hope this forum will be constructive and meaningful, and the Japanese government will provide utmost cooperation.
Ryukyu Shinpo, Akira-san, please go ahead. Please proceed to the microphone. My name is Saito, not Akira. I'm with Ryukyu Shinpo. It's a related question to the previous question. I have one question. Separately from the forum, the U.S. side, in July of this year, presented their liberty policy. Have the details been notified to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs regarding the policy update? And if so, if there has been notification, what were the points mentioned? And another point, if the MOFA has not been notified of the liberty policy, how are you intending to respond as a foreign ministry? And also, is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs going to make any requests to the U.S. side? Please return to your seat. Regarding the liberty policy, which was the subject of your question, in July, the USFJ commanding officer made an announcement regarding the update of the policy, and it is our understanding that such review continues to be underway by the U.S. side. At any rate, what's important is for the measures to prevent recurrence announced by the U.S. side, including the liberty policy, be implemented so that recurrence of such incidents will be prevented, and therefore the government will continue to oppose the U.S. side along that line.
Next question, please. IWJ. Hamamoto from IWJ. Now, concerning the Kishida administration, concerning Russian policy, I would like to ask about that. The LDP is, since Hatoyama Ichiro, there was a signing of the Japan-Soviet treaty, and there was diplomacy, and also there was a Northern Territory issued by former Prime Minister Abe, and there's been much effort to improve the Japanese-Russian relations, so now it's no longer hostile. But with the Kishida administration, the Russian aggression on Ukraine he has been unilaterally condemning it, and what the Ukrainians have been doing, this kind of human rights violation, which is ethnic cleansing of the Russians, and based on that, they've gone into a military attack, but that has been ignored, and now Japan is deemed hostile by Russia, and we believe that the diplomatic efforts thus far has been ignored. Not in the Far East, not only China and North Korea, but as well, there's been heightening of military intention with Russia, and Kishida Kamikawa Minister, you have worsened the relationship with diplomatic relationship with Russia. So how do you view that? Now, the Japan-Russia relations, it is in a very difficult situation, but the current situation is due to the Ukraine aggression by Russia. So what you have just mentioned is not correct. And concerning the invasion of the Ukraine by Russia, this is a reckless activity that disrupts the foundation of the international order. So as quickly as possible, we hope that there will be fair and perpetual peace realized in the Ukraines. So we would like to collaborate with the international society, inclusive of the G7 countries, and we will impose severe sanctions towards Russia, and we will continue to strongly support the Ukrainians. We have been doing so, and we continue. And at the same time, for example, if there is impact on economic activity like fisheries, or if there is anything that is related to safety at sea, and concerning these issues, Japan and Russia need to take measures as neighboring countries. So in terms of the overall diplomacy in Japan, what will contribute to our national interest? From that perspective, we will take appropriate measures. And based on that, concerning the Northern Territory issue, this issue will be resolved so that the peace treaty will be signed. This policy remains unchanged.
NHK Igarashi-san, please go ahead with your next question. Igarashi of NHK. Day after tomorrow, the official announcement of LDP presidency will be made. Yesterday, the meeting of your supporting party was held, and it was decided that you will be conducting a press conference tomorrow if you can gain 20 recommendations. Once again, can you brief us on the updated facts? And also, do you have 20 recommenders? And what will you be asserting when you make the press conference for the candidature? Just one point before I respond to that question. In fact, this week will be exactly 1 year since being appointed foreign minister. We are in the midst of extremely difficult state of affairs in the international community, and through my position as foreign minister, I devoted myself to try to resolve various issues, so time flew. Regarding the recommendations, we are currently in the process of our final confirmation, so I hope to prepare to hold a press conference for the candidature tomorrow. My running for presidency in itself will become the first step to create a new Liberal Democratic Party and a new Japan. And as the first female prime minister, I would like to call upon the people of Japan to create together a new landscape that we've never witnessed before. So that's the kind of message I want to deliver tomorrow.
Kamimura-san from Yomiuri Shimbun, please. Kamimura from Yomiuri Shimbun. I would also like to talk about the presidency elections. So the candidates have been declaring their candidacy, and the number has gone up, and actually there has been a lot of debate, substantially. And the minister, as you plan to run, how do you view the current state of discussions? I would like to ask your views. The other candidates who have stated that they will be running, I do understand that there are very active discussions underway, and we are focusing on that. And going forward, concerning this debate, it will become serious, I believe. So I myself would like to participate. And I hope to be able to make the press conference for my candidacy tomorrow. I will make the utmost efforts so that I can be involved in these large discussions and debates.
This will be the end of the press conference. Thank you for coming.